Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Renee. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you being here, and welcome to Get Ready With Me Wednesday. I do this every week with my girl Kat. Make sure you guys go check her out when you're done here. She's always linked down below and on the end screen. She's amazing. I love her. Thank you, Kat, for another week. I appreciate you always doing these with me. And yeah, if you want to see what we're getting into today, then stick around because I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, thanks for wanting to hang out with me for a little bit. So I was watching Erica Conger and Andy Does Stuff, and they did a collab video together, kind of like going back to the 80s and kind of reminiscing about things. So I screenshot all the questions. So if I look down at my phone to check them out, that's why. And I also went and kind of like refreshed my memory a little bit because, you know, I am 50 and it has been, you know, 40 years since, you know, the 80s. And while I can remember some of the stuff from the 80s, I don't always remember all of it. And so when I kind of looked it up, it kind of was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get ready today and I'll try and show you everything that I'm using before I use it. I did do my brows and I just used this is the LA Colors brow pencil, and this is just in, I think, just regular brown. I used that, and then I used my Milk Hydro Grip primer to prime my face, and that's all I've done so far. My brows were actually not too bad today, I don't think. It looks a little bit, let me get the brush, it looks a little bit darker in the middle there, but oh well, it is what it is. They're never perfect, right? They're never perfect. All right, so the first part of it was, what are your memories of the following 80s games? I'm going to use this contour palette I got in my ice cream beauty box to do my eyes today. So let me prime my lids. I'm going to use my Eye Lift 360 waterproof primer. I got this in Bizy Beauty Customs, and it's pretty much almost empty. So it's probably going to be going into the empties after this use because I'm kind of like really trying to get what's left in there out. So I do really like this primer. But the first one is fashion plates. So thankfully Andy put a picture, I think it was Andy that put a picture of the fashion plates in her video, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I totally remember those. So I'll insert a picture of the fashion plates as well. And they were just like these little you had like these little plates that you put in this little like holder, and you would switch things out and you could create like different outfits and stuff. And then it had like this like little like crayon type thing, and you would smudge it over top of it, and then the outfit would come on the paper from the plates. It was super cool. I remember having them. I when they first said something about them, I wasn't really sure what it was. It sounded familiar, but seeing the picture, it was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I totally remember those. And then Light Bright. So I know a lot of younger people probably won't remember what Light Bright is, but it was like this like board thing, and you had papers, and you put the papers on it, and then you had these little pegs that you would put in, and you would turn the light on and it would light up in designs. Like they had butterflies and flowers and all kinds of stuff. My son actually did have a Light Bright when he was little. He's 19. So I mean, when I was looking for pictures and stuff like that, I believe you can actually get it on Amazon. So I was like, I remember those. I had a lot of fun with Light Bright. And then the third one is Barbies. I had all kinds of Barbie stuff. Clothes. I had the like Barbie convertible. I had the little house, little clothes, all kinds of stuff. And me and my sisters would play Barbies all the time. And then, you know, of course I had my Barbies have like relationships. Ken and Barbie always getting together, and I would make them like smooch and stuff. It was funny. I got to a certain age where I didn't want to play with Barbies anymore, and my little sister, she would always be like wanting to play, and so I would play with her, but it kind of started getting boring when I got to like I don't know, maybe like 11, 12 is when it was like, okay, I'm kind of over the whole Barbie thing. And then Cabbage Patch dolls. Me and my sisters all had Cabbage Patch dolls. And the coolest thing about the Cabbage Patch dolls is that they came with these little like certificates of adoption. And so you would fill it all out and you would adopt your Cabbage Patch doll. Super cute. They were super cute. The next thing is pound puppies. I did have a pound puppy, and I believe my sisters had pound puppies too. I think we got them one year for Christmas. They're super cute little puppies. Just like, I don't know, fun little memories from having them when we were little. I still have stuffed animals. I love having stuffed animals, but the pound puppies were super cute. And then Care Bears. My sister was more in the Care Bears than I was. She had like the whole little collectible sets and stuff. I did watch the cartoons though. They had like the Care Bear cartoon that was, I think it was on Saturdays. I remember my mom got my sister the Grumpy Bear because she always said she was always grumpy and stuff. So, and Tinker Toys. Tinker Toys were cool too. They're kind of like these like wooden little toys, and they had like the sticks, and then they would have like these like different shaped things, and then you would put them together and you could like build things almost kind of like what are they called? I can't remember. I'll pop up a picture so that you can see, but I didn't really remember Tinker Toys too much until I saw a picture of them, and I was like, oh, okay. I think Andy put a picture of the Tinker Toys in her video, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I totally remember those things. I had those and played with them, and we used to build stuff all the time. And then the next one is My Little Pony. We always had the My Little Pony. My sister was more into those than I was. I think that by the time My Little Pony really came out, I was a little bit older and wasn't really into that. So my sister Brandy was more into the My Little Pony. But I did watch like the cartoons because they would have Saturday morning cartoons, and we would always watch those. And I think it was My Little Pony and not the Cabbage Patch, but My Little Pony and Care Bears were a couple of the cartoons that I would watch on Saturday mornings. The next one is Teddy Ruxpin. I didn't have a Teddy Ruxpin. My cousin did. And my cousin's like, I don't know, I want to say like 6-7 years younger than me, maybe 8 years younger than me. He had a Teddy Ruxpin when he was little. And I remember when I would go and babysit, and they were just like these little bears, and they would talk, and I'll pop up a picture. It's super cute, super cute. But I didn't really have one. Shrinky Dinks, I didn't remember those until I was listening to Andy and Erica talking about them, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember those. I remember the Shrinky Dinks, and they were just like these little things that I think you like baked them or something like that, and they would be a certain size, and then they would shrink up. I'll pop up a picture so that you guys can see. I don't think I really had any of the Shrinky Dinks, so I don't have a lot of memories of them too much. And then Slinky. I did have a Slinky. Slinkies were a lot of fun. They were like the metal ones, and you could play with them for a while, but then they would get like all messed up. They would get all tangled and stuff like that. My son actually had a Slinky when he was little. They had them at the Dollar Tree, but instead of being like the metal, they were more plasticky. He managed to break those too. They didn't always last very long, but they were fun, like especially if you had stairs, because you'd be at the top of the stairs and then you just like push it, and then it would dun 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 all the way down the stairs. They were fun to play with. I know for some of you younger kids are probably like, that sounds so boring, but for us when we were little, that was fun. And then the next one is the Operation game. Oh my gosh, I so remember that. And it was like stressful, very stressful game, because you're like operating on this like character person, and there's like little holes where all the little bones are at, and you have like these little tweezer type things, and you have to reach in and pull out the bone without setting off the thing. And so you would have to be like super precise, and like you would set it off and it would like buzz, you know what I mean? Like it would freak you out. But it was a fun game. I enjoyed playing it. And then the next game is Monopoly. Monopoly, I didn't really play a lot growing up. I played it a few times, but it can be a really long, drawn out game. And so I did play it a couple times with my son when he was little too. I believe I have one up there, but I think it's the Friends or something. Is it Monopoly? I think I have it here at my house still. If I remember, I'll grab a picture of it and insert it in here. And then Life, the game of Life. I liked the game of Life. That was a fun game. I mean, we played it like a lot when I was growing up. A lot of board games we played when I was growing up. We had Sorry. What else? Hungry Hungry Hippo was another game that we played when we were little. What else was there? Chutes and Ladders was another game that we played. So they all kind of tied in together, because when we were growing up, there really wasn't, there wasn't social media and stuff like that. So, most of the time you would play board games. And then the last game that is on here is Connect 4. I still love that game to this day. I remember me and my ex-husband went on a little trip up to Crystal Mountain, and we spent the night up there. And in the hotel that we stayed at, they had this little area that had like games and stuff. And actually one of the games that they had there was Connect 4. So we played that when we were there. So that is the first part. The next part is, what were your fave from the 80s? Perfume. So for me, my favorite perfume of the 80s, I mean, they had said Love's Baby Soft, and I remember that one. My older stepsister, that was her favorite one. My favorite one was Exclamation. I freaking love Exclamation. I'll pop a picture up here so you can see what it looks like. And I have seen it a couple times. I think they still have it. I think you can even get it off of Amazon, but that stuff, for me, smelled so freaking good, man. I loved that stuff. That's the only perfume that I can really remember, aside from the Love's Baby Soft, that I really used a lot when I was growing up in the 80s. Game shows. Let's see. Price is Right. We always watched The Price is Right. And then I remember like a lot of, what was that one? The $1,000 Pyramid. That was another game show that I remember watching. And then I also remember there was a game show where they had all of these famous people, and they were on a panel. And then the host would ask questions, and then they had two contestants. And the contestants, the famous people would try to have to match, or the contestants would try to have to match the answers that the famous people put. I can't remember what the name of it was. The match game. I remember the match game. That was a lot of fun. And also the Price is Right. What was the other one? No More Whammies. Pressure Luck. I remember that one. I'm trying to think. Oh, and Family Feud. The Family Feud. I loved that show. I always loved Richard Dawson. I know a lot of people get really like turned off by him because he was a big flirt. A big flirt. Very how do you put it? Very friendly with the ladies on the show. But I always thought he was really cute. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Family pastime. Watching TV. We would go to, we would go on family trips too. Like we always went with my grandparents and my uncles and stuff, and we would go to Wild Waves and King's Dominion because it was back east. When I lived in California, going to Disneyland Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm when I was growing up. I'm going to use this highlighter palette that I got in my ice cream beauty box. But like watching TV, watching Saturday morning cartoons, most of the time me and my sisters would like spend a lot of time in our room playing with our Barbies and stuff. But on the weekends, like on Sundays was like a really big family day where we would go to like my grandma's house and we would hang out down there and have dinner. And there was a lot of stuff like in the backyard. There was a swing set and horseshoes, and there was a tire swing and a screened-in porch and stuff. So that was the big family thing, was on Sundays. TV show heartthrobs. So I had quite a few of them. A couple that I got reminded of was Ricky Schroeder. I thought he was super cute. And Ralph Macchio. I had a big crush on the Karate Kid. A friend of mine, though, she was like more bigger into him. Christian Slater. Oh, he was so adorable. Who else? Bon Jovi. I absolutely adored Bon Jovi. Let's see, Judd Nelson. Oh God, he was so cute. I know he was like the bad boy, but for me, I'm always so attracted to the bad boys. Even like Bruce Willis, I thought he was really cute. And then the guy from the Dukes of Hazzard. The Dukes of Hazzard. What was his name? The blonde one. Oh God, I had such a big crush on him. And even Chips in Chips, what's his name? The brunette. What was his name? I don't know why I can't remember, but oh my gosh, I always thought he was super cute too. That's just some of them. Movie stars. Julia Roberts, Christian Slater, Judd Nelson, Emilio Estevez, Rob Lowe. Who else? I'm trying to think. It's so hard to think of them off the top of my head, you know, but I'm trying so hard to remember. But that's some of them. Next one, TV sitcoms. So this is going to tie in with 9, which is family TV shows and sitcoms. There was like Silver Spoons, Family Ties, Growing Pains, Charles in Charge, Punky Brewster, The Wonder Years, My Two Dads. I remember that show. Doogie Howser, Different Strokes, Mr. Belvedere. That's just some of them. My phone keeps going dark for me to see these ones. But that's some of them. Clothing brand. I didn't really like, honestly, I don't really remember a lot of clothing brands back in the day, except for like Jordache jeans. I always had to have a pair of Jordache jeans. I don't know why. They were just like all the rage back then. I don't know if you can still get them now, but I loved Jordache jeans, and they always made my butt look so good. And it was so, they always had the like design on the patches on the back, but for the most part, I wore like, I don't know, whatever like I felt comfortable in. I've never really been like big on brand names, I guess. So, you know, I just kind of bought whatever I thought looked cute. I didn't really pay attention to like who made it, so to speak. You know what I mean? Activity with friends, going to the mall. Me and my friends would always go to the malls. And then we also would go roller skating, ride our bikes in the neighborhood. I remember one time me and my girlfriend, me and 2 of my friends went to the mall, and they had a karaoke booth in the mall, and you could go in there and you put these like headphones on and you would pick a song, and then you could actually make a tape. And we went in there. I think it was Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now. All 3 of us went in there and sang that song. And I had the tape for a long time, but I don't know, in one of my moves along the way, I can't believe I just put that under my eye and I haven't done my foundation or concealer yet. Good job, Renee. Good job. All right, I'm going to use my Believe Beauty. This is the nude. So we're going to put this on. Yeah, Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now. And I had that tape for a long time, and then, I don't know, in one of my moves it got lost. All right, now I already did the family TV shows. Saturday morning cartoons. I think the main one that we watched was Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner. My dad liked to watch the Flintstones. And then there was also like He-Man and She-Ra, and they had My Little Pony, Care Bears, Rainbow Bright, I believe, was a cartoon that we used to watch. Let me get my brush, my foundation brush. That's just some of the ones that are coming to the top of my head. Fast food restaurants. The main ones that I remember when I was growing up was McDonald's, of course, because McDonald's has been around for like ever, and Taco Bell. My dad loved Taco Bell, so we would go there a lot. I remember they used to have like these little, not like the cinnamon twists that they have now, but they were chip shaped, kind of like the same taste though, like the cinnamon taste. He would always get those, and we would just get hard tacos. I think like Pizza Hut too. Was it Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut, I think it was Pizza Hut we would get pizza from. My dad always gets the like super thin crust one. So I think those were the three main ones. Maybe KFC too, from time to time. So yeah, that's it for fast food restaurants. Makeup brand. You know, I really don't remember. I bought a lot of drugstore makeup. So any kind of brands that were in the drugstore at the time I was growing up, probably a lot of Maybelline was probably the main one. Also Avon, because Avon was like really big for my mom when I was growing up. There was always like Avon ladies around that were, you know, selling makeup and stuff. And so a lot of the people in my family used a lot of Avon products, but I would probably say Maybelline, maybe Revlon, CoverGirl. CoverGirl I used a lot when I was in high school, which was closer to the late 80s, early 90s. Let's see, outfit. So just picture Madonna back in the day. I had jelly bracelets. I did wear stretch pants, like the ones with the little hooks on the bottom. What were they called? I can't remember. And I used to wear like these long shirts with my stretch pants, and then I would wear like high tops. I had these one pair of black boots that were like high tops. They were so cute. Like you would just have to see. Like I don't know. I thought I looked really cute back in the day. You know what I mean? Like I just kind of bought stuff. There was this one long skirt that I used to have, and it was peach, and it buttoned up the whole front, and I had a denim looking one too, and it buttoned up the front. And I would wear my like stretch pants. They weren't called stretch pants at the time, but stretch pants have been around a lot longer than just now. But I would wear a pair of stretch pants under my skirt, and then I would like tuck my skirt up on the side so it had like this big, I don't know. I thought I looked really cute. But whatever, you know. And I had a blue jean jacket and t-shirts and ripped jeans. Yeah, I think that's about it. Like I really liked the jelly bracelets and stuff too, like the bangle bracelets and stuff, like because I was all about Madonna. I loved Madonna. I just thought she was just like so beautiful. And then vacation spot would be, we went to Wild Waves and King's Dominion a lot when I was growing up. It was like a big family thing. Like my grandparents would go, and my Aunt Reen and my cousins and my aunts and uncles, and we would just all get together for a family trip to go up to King's Dominion or the water park. It was a lot of fun. Man, we had some good times. We had some good times growing up. Pair of shoes. I don't really remember like brand names of shoes, but I did have high tops. High tops were a big thing for me growing up, like high top tennis shoes. And then like these black, like kind of Madonna looking, I don't know. I'll try to find a picture to kind of show you kind of what the shoes, like one of the pairs of shoes that I used to wear was. I don't know. I thought I looked super cute. I thought I was pretty in style. I don't know. I kind of marched to the beat of my own drum. Like I kind of went with the style, but not really. You know what I mean? Like if I saw something and it looked cute, it didn't really matter if other people were wearing it too. if I liked it, I wanted to wear it. You know what I mean? Because it looked cute to me, not because everybody else was wearing it, because I thought it looked good, you know? All right. And did you have is the last one. This video is going to be a little bit long and I apologize, but you know, answering all these questions and trying to do my makeup at the same time, it's a lot. All right. Number one, Walkman. Yes, I had a Walkman. That was like my best friend because when I was in like middle school, high school, I did a lot of walking because I didn't have a car. Even when I turned like 16, I didn't have my license and I didn't have a car. So I did a lot of walking. And when I had my job at Round Table, we lived in Fullerton and then we moved to Anaheim. And so I would have to take the bus. So I had a backpack full of tapes from all sorts of music, from Bon Jovi and Poison and Skid Row to Belinda Carlisle, the Bangles, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, just, I think I had The Cure, yeah, all kinds of different music, and I would listen to them over and over and over again. Trapper Keeper, I believe so. I believe so because Trapper Keepers were pretty big when I was growing up. I don't remember exactly what mine looked like, but I do believe I had one because I think it was kind of like one of those things that were required when you were going to school to have one. So I believe I had one. Peachy folders. Yes, I do remember having peachy folders, and we would like do all fun stuff with, put like stickers on them, and we would draw like heart. I would draw hearts and like hearts with wings, and just like, I'm not a very good artistic person, but I tried. Let's see, Rubik's Cube. Yes, I had a Rubik's Cube, and I could never ever get it back to the way that it was. I'm going to use my Ciate London setting powder. I could never get it back together, so me and my sisters kind of figured out how to take it apart, and it wasn't all that easy to pop off the little cubes to get all the colors back together. Sometimes you couldn't even get it back together, but we tried. I loved trying to get it, but I never could. I don't know how people are so like fast. Like I've seen people in like 1 or 2 minutes like completely get the Rubik's Cube with all the colors. Like it used to get frustrating actually. Garbage Pail Kid stickers. Yes, I did have Garbage Pail stickers when I was growing up. My sister had them too. We just collected them. God, I had those for years in my hope chest, but I don't know. I think they got lost in one of my moves, you know, along the way. But yeah, I had them for years. Let's see. Scratch and sniff stickers. Of course, who didn't have scratch and sniff stickers? They were so fun to have. And they always smelled so good. I wish that they had scratch and, like, some, well, I guess they do have some stuff that's scratch and sniff now. Scratch and sniff now. Like, lots of times if you get magazines, they'll have, like, the little perfume sample type things in there. And you can, like, scratch it to smell what it smells like. But the stickers were really cool. They had, like, strawberries and stuff, like all kinds of scents. Let's see, members only jacket. I don't believe I had a members only jacket. I don't honestly remember what they look like. For me, like I said, it wasn't like, I think that was probably maybe one of the things that maybe I couldn't afford it. I don't know. I don't really remember what a members only jacket is, so I can't speak on that one. A mullet? No, I did not have a mullet. I had big poofy hair, but I didn't have a mullet. Neon clothes. I believe I had a couple things that were neon, but not too many things. I was more of like a rock and roll type girl, you know, jeans and t-shirts, and, you know, sometimes I would get dressed up in like mini skirts and like cutesy little outfits, but I really wasn't like a neon clothes type person. Holy jeans, yes. I even like ripped my own jeans. Even like some of my shirts, I would cut out the collar and I would cut off the bottom and cut off the sleeves a little bit to make my own like little crop tops. I think I still have one in my hope chest that was a Bon Jovi sweatshirt that I cut up. But that's not, I mean, that's not jeans, but I cut a lot of my stuff up like that. I think I even cut a pair of jeans to make them into shorts. Atari, yes, we had Atari. My dad, I believe my dad got it for me and my sister for Christmas one year. And so, yeah, they had, what was that game called? I can't remember, but I loved Atari. We used to play it all the time growing up. Slap bracelets. Yes, I had slap bracelets and I loved slap bracelets. You can still get them. Like, I think they have them at the Dollar Tree and you just like slap them and they go on. So yeah, I had those and my sisters had them too. Let's see. Big League Chew. Yes. You would have like a big chunk of it in your cheek. I think I got it for my son when he was little too. They would have it. I'm using my e.l.f. Brick Red blush. Yeah, I think I got it for my son, especially when he was playing baseball. I would get him the Big League Chew so that they could be like, and then also sunflower seeds, because it's like a baseball thing. You got to have Big League Chew and sunflower seeds when you're at a baseball game. Next is a Swatch watch. I believe I had one, and they had like interchangeable like bands that you could put them on. I think I had one when I was younger, but I didn't have it for very long. And then the last one is leg warmers. Absolutely, I had leg warmers. I thought I was cute in my leg warmers. I'd probably still wear them today if, you know, I found them and they were cute. I don't know, maybe not. I thought I looked cute, but this was really fun. This was really fun going back and reminiscing about like some things that I had completely forgotten about, you know. So thank you, Andy and Erica, for this idea. I as soon as I saw the videos, I was like, I have to do that because that's like my childhood. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not an 80s baby. I was born in the 70s. I was born in 73. But I grew up like my more mature teenage years and stuff like that in the 80s. You know what I mean? So the 80s is more what I connect with, more so than the 70s, because, you know, by the time the 80s came around, I was more like, you know, what, 7, 8, you know, into 17, 18 years old. So that was like really my maturing years. So a lot of my growing up, I associate with the 80s and stuff that happened in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like TV shows and games and music, movies, you know, like the Brat Pack. I mean, that's just something that, you know, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, stuff like that. Those are things that I really like, I bond with. It just, I don't know, it takes me back to the time when I was young and, you know, things weren't so crazy, you know. I mean, I think everybody says that though, you know, like it was so much more simpler when I was a kid, you know, because I remember my parents saying that about them, that for them things were a lot simpler when they were kids. And like now it seems like I feel the same way. Like I feel like it was a lot more simpler when I was a kid and things were a lot easier, and kids actually went outside and played until the lights came on, and, you know, got dropped off at the mall and hung out at the mall for hours, went to movies with their friends, and, you know, rode their bikes, went to the parks. You know what I mean? Like, it just, things have super changed. Super changed, you know what I mean? All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here because this video is already at 35 minutes, and I will come back when I'm completely done with the rest of my makeup, and yeah, and then I will bid you guys adieu, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, I'm back, and the look is done. Got my hair done, It's looking pretty cute today. What do you think? So got the rest of my makeup done. Let's go over what I did. So, you know, I used the Believe Beauty in Nude. I used my number 7 in Fair for my concealer. I did use my Ciate London setting powder, my e.l.f. blush in Brick Red, my Too Faced bronzer. This is Chocolate Gold. What else did I use? Let me see. Lashes, I used Laura Geller Fortifying Lash Primer and a little bit of my Douce Max Lash Volumizer Mascara. For my tight line, I used my KVD Cake Pencil. And for my waterline, I used CoverGirl Exhibitionist. Lip liner, I used this Be Bella. I'm not sure what shade this is, but that's what it looks like for my lip liner. And then my lipstick, I used this Call Me. I'm not sure what brand this is because, oh, wait a minute. There it is. Hola Neon. I don't know if that's the brand, but the shade name is Call Me. So I used that. And then I used this Lipricadabra color changing lip oil. I put that on top because I really love this stuff. I got that in a box from Karen Ann. Let me put my little lipsticks back where I got them from because I'm trying to keep everything in its place and organized. You know what I'm saying? For my eyes, I did use this contour palette. I used this shade, and this shade, and a little bit of this shade as well. And then for the lid right there, I used this highlighter right here from this highlighter palette. I need to do my inner corner, so I think I'm going to use this shade right here for the inner corner and the brow bone because I did not do that and I just realized it. Did I do anything else? I don't think so. I did use my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. It's getting down there, guys. And then I'll be able to put it in my empties. And my empties, I'll have to do those soon because I'm starting to get quite the collection of empties. I think it's been, what, maybe a month? Maybe a little more than a month since the last time I did an empties video. I can't remember exactly when it was. That is such a pretty color. Did I get it on right? I don't know, you guys. Doing my inner corner is a struggle bus for me. I'm gonna go into this like light shade right here to do my brow bone. And I'm just using this brush right here, just dip in a little bit and just kind of dust it over the brow bone there, kind of blend it in with the transition shade that I got going on right there. Alrighty, so that's the look for today. I think we're all done. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me every week. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to leave Erica and Andy linked down below as well as Kat. I hope that you will go check them out. I'll try to grab up Erica and Andy's videos and leave them linked down there as well so you can kind of see what their answers are and stuff. But with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. If you're new here, I hope that you will join the family. Just go down below, hit that subscribe button, turn up the notification bell. That way you can get notified anytime I make a new upload. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you're an 80s baby. I would love to know by you leaving a comment and letting me know some of your favorite things and like answer some of these in the comments. And if you're a creator and you want to do a video, jump on the bandwagon and do a video as well, and make sure you tag everybody so that we don't miss out on your video and we can come by and show you some love. But I hope you all have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Take care, stay safe. I love you so much, Kat, and thank you for another week. I can't wait to see your video, and I hope I'll see you all in my next video. All right, I love you guys. Bye.